Hello everyone.
Ciao,
Hello.
piccioni.
So
Ciao,
welcome back to
Gianca.
our weekly appointment with this time it's stories of proud Sicilians around the world. So this is not Tales of Sicily. It was yesterday. Today is Sunday and it's stories of proud Sicilians around the world. Right, Rosella?
Yes, this is the fourth episode.
Episode number 4.
Yes.
And we have 4 special guests tonight. Rosella, would you like to introduce them? The beautiful...
they are
I don't want to say nothing.
Yes, they are, but they are a beautiful family. They are proud Sicilians, of course.
Actually, it's a double family.
Yes, and
because we are talking about 2 brothers.
Yes.
Go on.
And I want to say that we had the pleasure to meet them in person. So last February. So we are very happy to have with us the Spatafora family.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Rosella, Gianca, great to see you.
It's our great pleasure. So guys, let's introduce you in order. First women and then men. Please don't offend, guys. Let's start with Alisa and Elizabeth and of course Joy and Robert Spatafora.
Hello, everybody.
How are you guys? We were talking about you.
Good to see you.
We're doing great. We're doing great.
We were talking about your trip to Sicily last February. It was our last opportunity to have some business before the coronavirus, before the lockdown. So you have been our last customers, our last clients. And we will still remember this trip. So we will always remember this trip because it's I just say it was a very beautiful trip.
It was a wonderful trip.
I'm very sad because I missed perhaps the most important day of the trip when you went to Caccamo to enjoy the sausage, to enjoy the cheese. But
I was there.
Rosella was there. I missed the sausage, but they were so gentle and kind, and so I got the sausage. And then we went to the east side of Sicily. But Rosella, say something because I didn't introduce them. So
I'm very proud tonight because they are from Caccamo, and Caccamo is also my hometown.
Sorry, Rosella, let's start from the beginning. When Alisa sent us an email and she said, "Oh, my husband has a Sicilian origin, is from Caccamo." And we said, "Oh, it's incredible. This is a joke. It's not possible." Because Caccamo is not a big town. It's not a city. It's a small village. So it's a very, very, how do you say, a big
uncommon.
Yes. It was meant to be. So we started following you, or I started following you on your Facebook page. Joey was following you as well.
Mm-hmm. How long did you follow us, Alisa?
Oh, probably about 6 months before I emailed.
So you are one of the first followers.
Probably,
you know, we are not. We don't have a big heritage, a big history on Facebook. Our Facebook page is so young, and but now we are very proud because we have about 12,000 people following us. So thank you for following, guys, and of course thank you, Alisa, because it was very, very nice. It was beautiful when you wrote us and you said, okay, I want to go to Caccamo because it's my family hometown, the hometown of their ancestors. So it's incredible. So and Rosella made something for you, but I don't want to say anything more. Rosella, please say what's happened in Caccamo.
We made together a long ancestors research, and so was very exciting for us when we found some more relatives in Caccamo. And that's why we always are very excited when we taking care of people that have a Sicilian origin.
I remember a beautiful family reunion. So, guys, I want to give you the opportunity to talk about your Sicilian descent, to talk about your meeting with your relatives in Sicily. So, tell our friend what happened in Sicily last February.
Joey, you want to go?
Yeah, Joey.
Well, let's see. We had been planning this trip for a while. I had a conference in Rome, and so we decided after that conference we would all four of us meet in Sicily and visit relatives. And when we were flying into Palermo, it's such a beautiful view when you're flying in the mountains. It was really, I have to admit, it was very emotional for me. Flying in and landing on Sicilian soil for the first time, and it was really special. And then to meet our cousins on both the Spatafora side and the Tuso side. Our grandmother was a Tuso, and our grandfather and our grandmother were from Caccamo. And so we were able to meet family members on both sides. And even though we're separated by some time and generations, there's definitely a strong family resemblance, that's for sure. And it was really special. I mean, I kind of get a little goosebumps right now thinking about it, and it was just very positive. Such beautiful country and beautiful people. Everyone treated us just so nicely, and you two made it all possible. Especially Rosella helping us with translations, and Michael was helping. The driver was helping with translations, and that made it really more possible and even more.
Yeah. Easy for Americans to come and research with your help their ancestors and possibly meet cousins they've never they certainly didn't know we existed.
Yeah, you're right, Alisa. You're right.
You have a big family. How many cousins?
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh, who knows? A bunch.
I don't know.
See, Lisa and I had gone 2 years ago. Just cold. We'd gone to toured Italy, and we were going to spend 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
In Sicily. We just went
just
cold turkey. We just drove up to. We had a driver that drove up to Caccamo. Didn't know. Just went to the court. We thought it was the court of records or something, and they didn't really want to. The guy in there didn't quite understand it. Didn't want to mess with us, and so our driver, who spoke real good, we went over to go see the mayor, and Lisa stayed there, and she was talking to the lady, and she said Spatafora, and they knew Spatafora.
Yes, and unfortunately, I've never learned Italian. All I could say was familia, Spatafora, and she goes, oh, Spatafora, Michael.
So anyway, Nicasio and Angelo just showed up cold turkey, and we got to talking, and they called Filippo, who came, and I guess he ran the court of records or something, and he started pulling books and all this kind of stuff. And
said, it was
your cousin, we found out our grandfather and their grandfather were brothers.
Yeah.
So that's how we got it.
Tell us your story. Tell us about your ancestors when they moved to the States.
My grandfather was the first to come. He came in 1897. And it's a funny story because he went to Palermo and he was supposed to get on a boat to go to New Orleans because he had somebody who was sponsoring him or had a job for him.
Yeah.
Basically, they needed laborers here in the sugar fields, cotton fields, anything like that. They needed laborers around here. There wasn't much to get the crops in and all that kind of stuff. And of course, he gets on the wrong boat, so he goes to New York, and he ends up at Ellis Island. So then he made his way to New Orleans somehow. So then he gets here, and so he sends for my grandmother, and she came over in 1898. And we think that as soon as she got off the boat, they got married. That's what most of the Italians did back then, I understand, in New Orleans. But we don't have a copy of the marriage certificate.
It's a love story. They were in love.
Yeah. It's a beautiful love story from the late 19th century. So it's we are not talking about 2020. We are talking about the late 19th century. So it's incredible.
Right.
Yes.
A different world, different time. Everything was different. So I would say epic story.
It was.
Yeah.
And he worked for cutting sugar cane. Then they went to work in a sawmill just south of Monroe, big lumber area right through there. And then in Monroe area, back around the 1915, I guess somewhere around in there, they discovered a big natural gas field, the biggest natural gas field in the world at the time. So everybody started moving to Monroe. So they moved to Monroe to open a little grocery store. And then, one thing led to another. They bought a whole block, and they built a real nice grocery store. And then they had a lot of, what am I trying to say? Rent properties and stuff like that. But my grandmother was the brains of the house. She was very educated.
Of course.
And
she was a smart Sicilian woman that ran the family. In other words, I'm sure all Sicilian families are like that.
We have an older sister who's kind of I think she took after our grandmother. Anyway, Daddy would always say her mother, his mother would make $1 and she'd save $1.10 somehow. So they became very successful people in Monroe. And Monroe had a pretty good large Italian community. A lot of them were from Caccamo. Other people from Caccamo.
A lot.
Yeah.
In that area, they had Sampaneros. They had the there were Corsos. They changed the name to Corsos. There was Dispenzas, there was Marsalas, there was Costanzas. There's all kinds of Italian Barinos, but their name was something else. I can't remember. They changed it to Barino over here. It wasn't Barino there. A lot of them had their names changed when they got off. Some of them Americanized their names, and others when they came in and they couldn't pronounce their name. The guy who's writing the name when they got in changed it to something. So that's how a lot of them got that back then.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's how they ended up in Monroe,
Louisiana.
In Louisiana.
Yeah.
Basically just coming back and in Louisiana, the thing that's different here, we're in Monroe, which is in North Louisiana, and it's it's a Baptist Bible Belt through here. It's not a whole lot of Catholics through here. So when the Italians came, there were some French Catholics here because it was a French colony and all that way back when, but they kind of really. That's why the Catholic Church really grew big in Monroe because of all the Italians here. And we had really two churches. Well, really one was St. Matthew's, which is where our family went. And then on the south side of town, they had another one that was St. Joseph. And then some other ones over the years started going. But it's because of all the Italians were the Catholics in this area. We're still a very small minority. It's basically Baptist through here. But that's how they came to Monroe. It was mainly because of the gas field, and there was a lot of people here, and there's an opportunity. And they took hold of it, and they did very well. And they made sure all their children did very well. All of them were very successful people in their own right too. So,
and their siblings came with some of their siblings came with them as well.
Right. When Grandpa got here, of course, he sent for Grandma. When they got here, the first thing he did, he sent for his little sister, and she came and lived with them till she got married. And then grandmother sent for her sister, and she came over here and she married a guy over here to a Corso. So they and then I think his brother came, Uncle John came, and then was there somebody else, Joey, or was that it?
One came and went back.
Yeah.
The brother came and went back.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one it was. It wasn't the grandfather of Nicasio and them.
No, they're still not.
We've got it here somewhere. I've got it in the book. I can't remember which one it was. wasn't Philippe, but Philippe, what was his name? I don't remember. I have to look
Yeah,
at it.
Uncle John stayed.
What?
Was
I
that?
forget which one went back.
Oh, here we go.
Do you want to share some pictures also?
Yeah, when you are ready, you can share whatever you want, guys.
Joey's got the pictures.
I've got some photos here. Yeah, hold on. Let me select window screen. Oh, nope. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll start. So can you see my picture?
Yeah.
Yes, we can see. Yes.
Okay. So these are our great grandparents. This is Vincenzo and Antonia Spatafora, who lived in Caccamo.
Wow.
And so our cousins that we met in Caccamo are descendants of these two, of Vincenzo and Antonia. And then these are our grandparents when they were young, Giuseppe and Concetta Spatafora. And so this would have been probably pretty close to turn of the century, maybe a little later. So
that was when they got married.
maybe he was about, I think he was 11 years older than her.
I think so. Yeah.
So this is when they were young. And then this is my father's family. So there's my grandfather, my grandmother, and then these are all their kids. And this is our dad. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's our dad. That's
yes.
Gene Spatafora. So this is probably somewhere around 1940.
And that's out in
That would have
on
been
South Grand.
Yeah.
That was when their new house. It was in the swanky part of town after they got.
Maybe it was in the 30s, mid 30s, somewhere between 35 and 40. I think.
Yeah, well, Daddy looks like he's about 21 or 22. He was born in 21, so I say that's early 40s, Joey.
Yeah,
probably. It might have been right before the war.
Yeah.
Before he went to, Daddy was in World War. Daddy was in
Sorry. Someone is watching you.
That's Lori.
That's
Lori's Spatafora there.
general. That's the general.
We tried to get her to join us, and she said, no, y'all. And
also
Baci
Anna
alla mia
Spatafora.
famiglia. Oh.
That's Joey's daughter.
Someone
They
speaks
are watching
Italian.
you.
Yeah. And then this is our dad. Here you see him as a young soldier in World War II, and also when he graduated from pharmacy school right before entering the army.
Beautiful pictures.
Yeah. And then here we are.
Oh, that's the reunion.
Yes.
So here we are in Caccamo, and this is with the Spataforas.
Yeah.
And I've been keeping in touch. Yeah.
Was that the one that Nicasio missed?
Yeah.
Then Nicasio, he had to go get somebody, and he didn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't in it. Nicasio missed.
Yeah, but I got another one. So here's we're at Angelo's house.
Yep.
And here's Nicasio,
There's
Giuseppe, Angelo, Nicasio, and here's us.
Nicasio was the first one we met. Nicasio is just a sweetheart of a guy. I mean, the nicest person you ever want to meet in the world.
Oh yeah, they all are.
They all are nice. Nicasio,
Beautiful people.
oh my gosh,
Beautiful
are they ever?
people.
Are they
And
ever?
then here we are with the
They're very
Tuso
crafty.
side, the Fasos.
What a beautiful family, so big.
Yeah. So it was, let's see, stop screen share here. Yeah.
It was an
so
exciting day.
it was great. It's such a beautiful country, but, like I said, it was a very emotional trip as far as being there where your ancestors were. And Caccamo, when you're walking around and just thinking, especially in the old part of the town, that, your grandparents walked these streets and stuff. It was cool. And the castle was amazing too.
Yeah.
What about your feeling when you arrived in Sicily?
Oh, I don't. It was very emotional. Well, we'd been there before, but this time I was a little bit different because we knew we were going to meet a whole lot more of the people and all. Even though we'd been to Caccamo, we saw the house our grandparents grew up in. and all that, and went to the cemetery and saw that. Was really good. But this time we met more people. And, we could able to converse with them a little bit better this time too, and very emotional, very much so.
Joy, sorry, Rosella. Joy never been to Sicily before. So, what did it mean for you, Joy, to grow up in a Sicilian family and never been to Sicily?
You know, it's interesting. I think growing up younger, you know, we identified first, you know, like Italian more than Sicilian. You know, at that level, kind of that granularity or that understanding of it. And our mom was Cajun, right? So she was of French ancestry. So we grew up in this mixed, a blend, if you will, of Italian and Cajun. Then as I got older, realizing that the unique nature of Sicily, because our father, he was a pharmacist by training, but you know, his love was history. The guy could tell you anything about history. And so, you know, as you learn more about the unique nature and the culture of Sicily through the ages, through time, how important it is. And then, like I said, when we arrived there, I knew it was going to be emotional, but I really wasn't anticipating how much. It just felt, not only was it emotional, it felt comfortable. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, very much comfortable the whole thing. Well, y'all made it very comfortable. Y'all made it that way.
Yeah.
Y'all were almost like, y'all made it be like part of the family.
Yeah.
Y'all did.
Yeah.
Y'all
And one of the things that we really, you know, recognized time and again was the food. You know, the food in Sicily is amazing.
I can remember.
Food is a key element,
so
guys.
Yeah.
You know, the familiarity.
Everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean, and we had so much of that in our own home growing up as well. You know, so the sausages and the olives, the cucciadatis, the cookies, and
Do you still prepare a Sicilian dish at home?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
what's your favorite one?
So what I learned from Bob's oldest sister, Laurie, was that his mother, because her mother, her father passed away 2 weeks before she was born. So she grew up with her mother working her life to take care of she and her sister. So she never learned to cook. So when she married Mr. Spatafora and became a Spatafora, his oldest sister, Rose, who lived down the street, shared all of Mama Spatafora's recipes and taught her how to cook. And she had all of these stuffed artichokes and the olive recipe. That's how that was handed down to us. The cucciadati, we would make cucciadati, and we still do today. We all get together and do the cucciadatis and eggplants. Everything. We even have an eggplant cake, which doesn't really have eggplants in it, but we call it eggplant.
We have to ship some eggplants to you.
Yeah, we have a family cookbook.
Yes, we do. We have a family cookbook, so we have everything Spatafora is out there. We have it usually, but yes, we and I did not know this, that all along, Joey, did you know that all along we really were cooking your grandmother's recipe, your mother? That's how she learned to cook.
You know, yeah, I think I remember Daddy telling us about that. You know, I think he'd say when they got married, Mama would burn water or something like that. He would say, and Aunt Rose taught her how to cook. Yeah.
She would go down to Aunt Rose, and Aunt Rose was the oldest daughter, sister, and she taught her how to cook.
And our mother was a fabulous cook.
Fabulous cook, yes.
Well, Aunt Rose ran the household because Grandma and Grandpa worked in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
So Aunt Rose kind of raised Daddy, I guess, because our father was the baby of the family. Grandpa was 51 or 52 when Daddy was born.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think Uncle John and Uncle VC were born in 1898, 1900, right around in there. And Daddy's born in 21, so they were 21 years older. So they kind of raised them.
Mm-hmm.
And Aunt Rose did all the cooking, and she shared all the recipes with our mother.
So that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat that we have that lineage from that far back from Sicily. These cook, how they was brought here and passed down to the family.
Yeah.
Alisa,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
When I met Alisa for the first time, I told her, Alisa, you are more Sicilian than your husband. And also Elizabeth, because we have to say that Alisa and Elizabeth are not Sicilians, but they married two beautiful Sicilian men.
Yes.
So what about your feeling with Sicily, and what did it mean for you to marry a Sicilian man?
She's very lucky,
Woo!
real lucky. Luckiest day of her life.
In the world.
Luckiest day of her life.
It
That's
was.
what I said. Isn't it every girl's dream to marry a Sicilian man?
So Elizabeth and Alisa, we are now in a broadcasting. A lot of people of Sicilian descent are watching you, but please give your honest opinion.
I guess, Dee, in it's that love they have. They love hard. They live hard. They live the honor. Just the Sicilian men, regardless if you've never, identified as Sicilian, it's in your DNA. And I can tell you, they're very proud. They're hard lovers. They're givers. They take care of everything. It's a good thing. I mean, it was 40 years. 40 years.
Wow.
She's being nice, it's killing her.
I think one thing when you
Elizabeth,
marry
what
a
about
Sicilian,
you?
you marry a Sicilian family.
That's what I was going to say. The part of having the huge family, because my family is very small, and our children are the only grandchildren on that side, and so they get all the special attention from my parents. But in the other side, it's been so fun to be part of this huge family, and the noise and confusion, and they're very close to their cousins, even though we live physically far away from each other. They're part of this crazy loud group of people who really enjoy getting together and have fun, and the family is always, family comes first, and that
Right.
That's probably even though we're fairly different, that was definitely something about both of our families that was.
Well, can you see the sign behind us? I don't know if you can
Can
see
you
that.
see that sign behind
That's
us?
our daddy's. I don't know if could I need to get it down?
Yeah, get it
Here,
down.
hold it.
So this was Spatafora motto. You see it? Deo for me crea patre. We have. He's going to get it down for you so you can see.
We all have this in our house. Joey has it in the house.
So this
Wonderful.
that's what Sicilian families mean.
Yeah.
Wow.
God, family, and everything.
Let me put
Right?
it down. Yep. Dale for me.
They are both.
We have
Our daddy's
we have a pillow, and also every year at Christmas they have what they call a heart gift.
Family, everything was family. Yeah.
And everyone in the family gets the same gift. And so that was the gift one year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, different things, different years. And that's kind of fun because when we go to visit each other in their houses, you look around and you find the heart gifts all over the house there.
Well, there's a little story behind this too. I wish Laurie was on. She could tell the story better than me. But, when the Italians, when they first started school, they all went to Catholic schools here in Monroe, run by the nuns.
Mm-hmm.
And the nuns wouldn't let you speak Italian. You had to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
But then they would be taking Latin, and came home one time, and Grandma asked Daddy, he called it Eugene. My daddy's name was Gene, but Julius Eugene. And like I said, Laurie can tell the story better than me. But said, what did you learn in school? And he says, Deo Patrio, and means God and country. And grandma says, no, it goes Deo Famiglio Patrio, God, then family, and then comes country. So family's more important. And look, very important. So ever since then, that's been Daddy's mantra. Family comes very important. You take care of family no matter what.
Family is just like the base of a country.
And that's big. Every Sicilian family here in Monroe, it's like that too. They're very close knit families, and they if somebody gets on one of their family, you're getting on to the whole family. So you better watch out. So,
I'm sure it's like that.
I'm sure everywhere too.
In Sicily, but that's.
I'd say the two most Sicilian things that have been continued is our family values, and food.
Of course, the food.
The most important thing.
And they are not stupid things. We are so proud of these guys. We are so proud. We love the relationship. We love the pleasure when you have something in common. So this is not a stupid thing. I got a question for Elizabeth. Elizabeth. It's okay. Take it easy. It's okay. Elizabeth has an Italian origin somehow, because you are from Trentino, from Tyrol. So how can you compare the Sicilian culture from your husband to the North Italian culture? Because I think we are not so distant. But I want your opinion.
Well, to me, it's a little bit like in America, we live in Oregon on the West Coast, and it's cooler climate and the mountains. And Bob and Lisa live in Louisiana, where it's hotter and coastal. And I think it's the same thing between my home in Italy, in Rivaux, up in the Dolomites, and then to Sicily. It's the same thing, kind of like that.
Yeah.
But definitely the same country, and
it's easier to drive in the north.
What did your ancestors tell you about Tyrol, about Dolomite? Can you compare with Sicily somehow?
Well, they had a very similar experience when they came to America. My grandfather was a miner in Colorado. And he came from, so they kind of went to the same place. He came from the mountains. They came to the mountains. The Sicilians went to the hotter parts and the coastal parts. But their experience was the same in that they were not allowed to speak Italian here. And, they were poor and worked their way up to the American dream, I guess. So they had a similar experience in that way. And also, all of the people from their towns and regions came together. My dad's town in Colorado is about 850 people, and nearly everyone is from a string of villages along the same road in Trentino.
Yeah.
So it's a similar experience. But our food is very different. The food is very different in the north, and but it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
The pasta is a different shape, and they cook it a little harder. Definitely in Rome, it's the al dente, and then we cook it a little harder. so it's okay.
And so you feel comfortable to have married a Sicilian guy. So you don't find any differences between Sicily and North
We have
Italy.
differences. We have differences.
That was my question. I want to know the differences.
Oh, I don't know. It was interesting because about 4 years ago, we were living in France, and we went to my grandfather's town in the Trentino, and had a very similar experience of finding relatives and trying to put together some missing pieces of the stories that were just not, no one ever asked or no one ever told. And it was an extremely emotional experience. And so I was prepared for that, you know, to see him go through that. And I think he was surprised at how emotional it really was. And you guys actually got to meet a lot of living relatives, and that added a whole nother level of it, because I didn't have that experience really. One person, but but it was fun to kind of watch it from outside of it too. But it was very special. It was really good.
It was beautiful.
We loved Sicily. It was great.
One of the best experiences ever, because you guys, we spent a great time all together. And I still, I just say in English, I don't know, but I used to say, oh, I was so stupid to avoid to stay in a different place when they went to Caccamo to enjoy the sauce and the cheese. No, I missed the best day of the trip. Yeah.
Well, Gianca,
I'll share.
I have a picture of what Joey and I did last night here too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's gonna share this picture with you.
Yeah, let's try.
Yes, let's try.
Okay, let's see here.
We've been home, you know, quarantined since the day we got back from.
I know it.
On February 29th, so it's been a long time. And you know, we've had a lot of time on our hands, so we've been cooking a lot and doing a lot of.
Also Rosella.
Yeah.
Also me. Never cooked in my life.
She had never cooked as in this time. So.
Joey, do you have pictures of when they made that result? I mean the cheese?
Yes, I'm looking for this picture, and I want to share also this picture.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
I can just show it on my phone.
Just take a second.
I came home and made the cheese with.
Oh yeah.
That inspired me too. I made ricotta cheese.
To make the ricotta cheese.
She didn't make it in a big old pot like that lady did. That's what I want to see Lisa doing now.
Over a wood fire.
Yeah, I see Lisa doing that chain up and down. You see her in a big old pot pushing it over.
Yeah, I've made ricotta a few days, and I made an absolutely spectacular focaccia.
Oh.
Earlier this week, my sourdough starter is going crazy, and I made a really great one. And then Joey's trying to share this picture from what we did yesterday.
This is from last.
Please, Joey, we want to
I'm
know.
looking and I can't get it. I don't know why it's not showing.
Where's your charger?
Wow.
Oh, there's the extension cord.
Everybody's looking forward.
That's not what I want. That's not it.
No.
Nope.
I can just show you on my phone too.
Okay.
I can share also.
Oh, there it is.
This one is.
This is from last night.
Because it's a wonderful memory. Our last day in the Ragusa.
Oh yeah.
With Eleonora.
Eleonora, yeah, she was on the
singing
show.
With Eleonora, yes.
And I'm looking for the other pictures. So, where is your picture?
This is Joey yesterday.
Here, I can share the screen. I can share the screen. Hold on.
Yes, let me see again.
I think he's going to share.
You see that?
This is fantastic.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So we made 15 pounds of sausage last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
15 pounds.
Yeah,
Wow.
I wish I could send some to you, Gianca. It's very good. But he's also in the photo. He's wearing an apron that says "Buon appetito," and this apron was part of a fundraiser through the National Italian American Foundation to benefit a hospital in Venice. And so he's wearing this apron. Also, they're going to put it on their website, and it's almost the identical apron there, isn't it? But yeah, we bought a bunch of aprons for all the kids and everything, and so we were wearing our aprons while we were doing it too.
I don't remember making that much sausage, man. We made a bunch, didn't we? Jesus.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at this.
Look at that, guys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
This is one of the most authentic experience that you can do in Caccamo.
Can I say something, Rosella? Can I spoil something?
Yes, please.
So, guys, we are including this picture in our new website. But I would like to explain it because they don't look like clients or tourists in Sicily. They look like the butchers of the
the butchers of Caccamo.
The butchers of Caccamo.
Yeah. They look like
Don't
they're comfortable with the sausage.
That was such a great time. That's what inspired us yesterday.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yes, because you for about 2 hours you became a butcher. Yes, that's true. You did the sausage, and was so funny.
You know, I didn't realize that Caccamo was famous for its sausage.
Yes, it is.
And we grew up. You know, we grew up.
I'm the best testimonial, guys. You know, I'm not from Caccamo, but I have to admit, I have to confess to all the people in the world, guys, go to Caccamo, visit Caccamo for the castle, for the beautiful people, but first of all, for the amazing sausage. Go to Caccamo, and it's I think there are no other sausages in the world compared to the Caccamo sausage. So this is my opinion, free opinion, because I'm not from Caccamo. I have no interest. They don't pay me to say that Caccamo sausage is the best in the world.
But maybe you are doing it for me because you want sausage from Caccamo. Because you know I'm in Caccamo right now. So every time Gianca say me, please Rosella, don't forget to bring me some sausage from Caccamo. I have to say this.
We have a family here in Monroe who makes sausage very comparable. It's the Caccamo recipe, I guess, because it was a family that's from Caccamo makes it. And God, I wish I could remember what their name was. They changed it to Verino, but it's called Verino sausage. It's very famous around here. In fact, if Filippo is watching this, he knows Michael Marino, who makes it for the family. Michael's like a rock. He's like a rock star, I guess, because he makes it sausage and everybody wants it.
I was very impressed with the family who owns this butcher shop as well. The young butcher who's taking over, I guess, for his father. He was explaining to me where the pigs are raised by a specific farm only for them, and the meat just looked fantastic, and you know that makes a huge difference too. But I like that connectedness of the butcher having that relationship with the farmer, and then you know
we got our meat at a very specific Costco.
Yeah, that's right. We went to a specific Costco for our meat, but I was wishing that we had
farm to
You know,
table.
we do have people around here that raise pigs. I guess I could find a person to connect with there.
Oh, there we go.
And the
And
chocolate.
what about the chocolate?
Yeah.
We moved to the other side of Sicily.
Yes.
So that's
Modica?
Modica. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Would you like to say something?
That was a really interesting. The east and southeast side of the island of Sicily were so different. We found than say Palermo
And
in the
the
west.
center.
Yeah, really different. Different feelings to them. And Eleonora, our guide there.
Oh, she was great. She
was amazing. Yeah.
Fun.
And she needs to know I've started reading the Inspector Montalbano series.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
which
Inspired by
which
her.
is inspired by her and Modica and Ragusa, and so tell her I'm reading the series now.
So for those who doesn't know, we are talking about Modica. Modica is very famous in at least in Italy, thanks to the chocolate. The chocolate from Modica still respects the recipe that Spaniards exported to Sicily during the domination in the late 15th century, 16th century. So, guys, Spaniards went to America. They imported to Spain the chocolate made by the Aztec people. And in Modica, we still make the chocolate like the Aztecan people made many centuries ago. So it's we used to say it's a cold chocolate. So we don't cook it. It's a different process. I'm not a cook, guys. I'm sorry for my English, but I try to say that we don't use any chemical stuff, any bad things. Only sugar, raw sugar, and chocolate. So and
really
and that guy Giorgio prepared the chocolate in front of us. In the meantime, during the chocolate tasting, he made chocolate for us. So it's a great opportunity to enjoy an excellent food. If you go to a different town, you can enjoy different food. Each town boasts his own masterpiece. So, Rosella, did you prepare some picture about Noto, for example?
I have a picture. Yes, when we spend the day in Noto. Let me see, Gianca. I also have...
In the meantime, I want to ask our friends if you watched the live broadcast yesterday with Eleonora from we've been talking about Noto. Yes. So if you didn't, you can find on YouTube, and it's a very nice, interesting appointment dedicated only to Noto and its delicious food. In particular, granite, of course. I think no, Rosella is showing the cathedral. That's the cathedral of Noto.
And we spent.
We are so small in the picture. Actually, it's a huge cathedral, very, very beautiful Baroque cathedral.
You know, one of the things that we really enjoyed on the trip, we're doing the things like making the ricotta cheese, making the sausage, going to the chocolate, seeing how it's made. I mean, it's the winery. It's wonderful, seeing the monuments and the cathedrals and the ruins. That's all very important, and we enjoyed that a lot too. But when you get in, but it's also good to experience the living culture and the everyday people and the cultures and stuff. I think that makes that experience so much richer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like walking through the market in Palermo when we did the open market. And I think it's only a couple of days a week that they have that market that's open, and one of the few that still has the street market, right? Am I correct?
Yeah.
But
that octopus was so good
on me, because you just don't see that in a lot of countries anymore.
We agree with you, because they are very important experiences. So all we always say, it's not a traditional kind of trip. We used to put relational moment every time. Experience with locals, experience with ancestors, with relatives, if you have a Sicilian origin. So we would like to stand out of the crowd and do it different. So it's and then it's funny. It's not business, guy. You know, we are the first person who enjoy our trips. So the only trouble is that you have to take care of your weight, because the risk you eat always, all the time.
We walked a lot, though.
And next time, please spend more time in Sicily.
I cannot wait to get back.
We can't.
We're excited about bringing our kids too.
Yeah.
How long did you stay in Sicily? 1 week?
1 week.
Or less?
Yes.
6 days?
We did your
1 week.
Sicily Lovers Tour condensed, like in 6 days.
Yeah.
Compress it.
But I would not have changed a thing. It was perfect for the time we had. And you're right. When you go, you need to have 10, 14 days minimum.
Yeah.
To really slow it down and see and enjoy each of the unique cities that are there.
Yeah, because we've done Palermo twice now, hadn't we? And I'd like to go back over Cefalù and all. We did that one day. And we didn't get around Messina and all that. There's a lot more we have to see. That we have to see. Spend more time. I really enjoyed the South. It was really nice down there.
There are many possibilities to optimize your time in Sicily and break up the driving time. So you can go from the north to Messina and then to Taormina. You can go from the south, from the Valley of the Temple, and reach straight to Ragusa, Modica area. You have many opportunities. So it's our job is beautiful, because we have many possibilities according to people's needs, people's passions. So
what we'd like to do, I would like to do, is try to maybe stay in Caccamo, use that as a base.
Yeah.
You know, and spend more time with your
relatives.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I've really bonded with Nicasio. He just kind of he's
a good guy.
Nicasio.
I will send this live broadcast to your cousins so they can see.
Yes, do. Please do.
Yeah.
Rosella, you have to say cousins. You always think about food. Cuisine is another thing.
Right. Cousins.
Cugini.
And that's cuisine. Cuisine is something to eat.
Cousins. Thank you, Gianca. Thank you.
She has a one-track mind and say, no, Gianca always think about food. No, you have a one-track mind, Rosella.
That's why they get along.
Yeah.
Guys, do you still remember Sicilians? Some Sicilian words?
Ooh.
I'm not real good at that. I think Elizabeth's a little bit better than us. Elizabeth.
One word.
But Sicilian is different than Italian.
We knew growing up. We knew Andiamo, Arrivederci. We knew.
Arrivederci.
Daddy would always say Andiamo. Let's go.
Andiamo is Italian. Italian. Andiamo in Sicilian is Amoninni.
Amorini.
Amoninni. Yeah.
What is aspetta? Is that Italian or
Wait.
Yeah, no. Aspetta. He'd say that.
Italiano.
Aspetta. In Sicilian, it's similar. We say aspe.
Gotcha. You see, my grandfather, he never spoke English. All he spoke was. He was not a real educated man, hard worker, and knew how to make a buck and all that. But my grandmother was. They get an Italian paper, Sicilian paper, I guess. Was it once a week or something like that? A weekly paper? Maybe it was a monthly paper. I can't remember. But she would read it to him because I'm not so sure he could even read. But the story was he was a policeman over there, and he ran up against some mafioso kind of guy. So it was time to get out of town. So he had to get out of town. So I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's the family story. That's the family story of it. So
guys, you have some months to study Sicilian before you come back again to Sicily.
Yes, you study the Sicilian.
All of you, also Alisa and Elizabeth, please.
Yeah.
Well, if we bring the kids, we're going to put that on one of them too, because I think they can learn a language easier than us old people can. So. Let one of the kids learn that. So.
Yes. We can't wait to come.
Yes, please. I remember that you, Robert and Alisa, have something to share with us.
We do?
Yes, we have to. You have to do.
She doesn't remember, Rosella.
Your olive.
We're what?
The olives.
Oh, the olives. Oh my goodness.
Your olives.
How can I forget? So our family gets together every year and we make Papa Spataforas. Right. There, his picture.
Brava.
We do the level. It's fantastic.
The Verdi and the Nero, the black and the red with their.
And at the same time, they do cucciadatis. That's mainly my sisters. So we need. I don't know if we're watching this or not, but we have 5 sisters, and they're like, they are the salt of the earth. They're as good as it get.
Here's our family cookbook.
Wow.
Right.
Open it.
And
this is a great photo. So there's our hold on here.
That's mom and daddy. Yep.
There's our father and our mother on the back there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So touching.
Was put together by our niece, Tommy Milam.
Yeah.
And she did a fantastic job. And so there's 7 children. So each, this is their house where they grew up. That's on the front. But each chapter, there's a family history at the beginning. And then each chapter starts with the baby picture of one of the 7 children.
That's great. That's mama there, isn't it?
That's
wow.
That one's your mom.
Yeah.
And there's Bob.
Yeah.
And then throughout there's pictures, and a lot of the recipes are copies of the handwriting of their mothers and their grandmothers, and it's just fantastic.
It's a very special book.
Yeah. It's
if little Tommy's watching, she's our family historian.
Little Tommy. And there's Joey. His high school picture.
You're not showing it.
He looks like
You need to turn him in. There you go. That was when I had my Sicilian fro.
We also show this, Lisa. That's our family. We have a reunion, and we have has a whole book about the whole family history. It goes from it shows the Spatafora side first. Yeah, it shows all the brothers, and then it breaks it breaks it down into all of our family and about with all the kids and grandkids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we have to shout out to all our, like Bob said, we have 5 sisters, so shout out to them. Laurie is our oldest sister. the general.
The general.
And she keeps us all in line. And there's Connie, and Connie, our father had a pharmacy for 64 years. Wow. And our sister Connie worked there and really kept it going. And our sister Terry, she lives in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and our sister Julie in Farmerville, Louisiana, and our sister Barbie, who lives in Enid, Louisiana. So everybody's in Louisiana except us. We're the only ones who are outside.
Say again, you are in Oregon, right?
Yeah, we're in Oregon. Yeah.
Oregon. Yeah.
They turned Yankee on us. So
yeah, that's it.
We
pioneer spirit of the West.
We like to say we live in South by the grace of God. So,
like it is in Sicily. So that's.
I have a question for you. Where in the South are they from? I am from Louisiana.
We're from Monroe, Northeast Louisiana, farm country. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's amazing all these Italians ended up in this little town. But back at the turn of the century of the 20th century, 1905, 1910. That's like I said, I discovered this big gas field. Monroe was a booming little town, so everybody moved in then. So it's Monroe. It's the birthplace of Delta Airlines. It's the birthplace of Century Telephone, that kind of stuff. But we're basically it's farmland all around, and it was a big gas thing there at one time, but that's not that much anymore. But Northeast Louisiana, if you know where Shreveport is, and if you know where Jackson, Mississippi is, we're almost right in between those two. So you go Dallas, Shreveport, Monroe, Jackson, then you head over towards Birmingham and Atlanta. We're on about that level.
I-20.
Yeah, I-20.
Yeah,
all
connected.
So
we had a question.
Ooh.
Someone's watching.
Where in Louisiana are they from?
Yeah.
Probably New Orleans. There's some Spataforas in New Orleans.
She was from Independence.
Oh, Independence. Well, Barbie lived.
Independence is where the Italian festival is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, a lot of Italians in Independence.
Yeah, there's an Italian festival in Louisiana, in Independence, Louisiana.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
his youngest sister said we need to start having a Sicilian festival. So we need to start planning that.
You never know, guys.
I have to get some more little carts, Rosella, the little carts.
Oh, it's on that side.
You have your cart?
Wow. I love that.
Sicilian car, yeah.
We have our cart right here.
Beautiful symbol of Sicily.
Yeah. It was nice.
Thank you to share all these great moments with us. And I have an idea, if you want. I don't know if Gianca is agree, but maybe we can close this live broadcast sharing one of the recipe in your book, if you are agree. I don't know.
Ooh, let's think about
what do you think about this?
What would it be? What would it be?
Great idea, Rosella.
Thank you, Gianca.
The stuffed artichoke?
Stuffed artichoke or the eggplant casserole or
stuffed artichoke.
Stuffed artichoke is pretty good.
We know a lot of people are interested in Sicilian recipes. So
those artichoke bread.
Yeah.
Lots of artichokes.
Let me see. Does she have that?
She did bruschelloni too. Was that?
Oh man, that's what I was thinking about that the other day for some reason.
Y'all
I
know?
don't think bruschelloni is Sicilian. I think that's northern.
I don't know. It might be northern.
It's like a brujole. Like a brujole.
But that's northern.
It might have been northern. I don't know.
Yes, everybody, I agree with me. Great idea, Rosella. Recipe. Ciao, Susan.
Okay, I'm looking on
a recipe. Well, I mean, it could be the shrimp and grits too, something different that they don't have,
that they
don't already have.
That's not Sicilian, though, is it?
It's not Sicilian.
Guys, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
No,
He's
I'm looking. You put me on the
There's a-
spot.
I have a suggestion. Cucci data cookie.
Oh, that's
Lori.
fair.
Lori wants to know the Cucci data cookie.
Okay.
She has that recipe.
Well, this is
No, she wants to put it up.
221. Okay, 221.
The cucinato is also there's some controversy even within the family about it, because some people put sprinkles on top, the colored top, and some people are very highly against that. White only.
A lot of them don't put icing at all.
All right, and then
we're icing
So
people.
Rosella, do you put sprinkles on your cucinatis or just the icing?
Or do you
To be honest, I'm not able to do cuccidati. That's the truth.
For the first time, I'm hearing the truth from Rosella's mouth.
I want to be honest.
We'll have to come to Louisiana in our family cuccidati day. We'll invite you to come learn.
The reason I say that, there's some I get some Sicilian families bring me cuccidatis to my office, and most of theirs don't have any icing on it. Now some of them do, some of them don't. And I like it the way we do it with just the white icing on the top. To me, they're kind of hard and crunchy, and I like it that way. The other way, the real soft ones kind of taste like a Big Newton, kind of deal.
Yeah.
I like the way Mama did hers. Of course, we're Dad was against sprinkles.
Yeah. I remember the first time I saw cuccidatis with sprinkles. I was like, what is that?
It's killing. Hey, I want to tell you over here right now, it's killing my sister. She can't talk to y'all right now. We invited her.
I don't think it's.
And if her husband is watching the judge, she married a judge. Judge, you know that's right. You know that's right.
So we don't have the recipe.
No, well,
a book full of recipes.
Do like the eggplant casserole.
Here's stuffed. I mean, you can see this is stuffed eggplant. This is a really good one.
And you can tell this recipe was used a lot by the
handmade recipe.
And the handwritten, which makes it super special.
Oh, they're all handwritten, I think. There was any of them?
They're all handwritten.
Yeah.
Okay.
So guys, you can send a picture. You can
I will.
take a picture to the page. You send a picture to Rosella, and Rosella will publish the recipe.
Okay.
But now you can read.
Of course. Now you have to read it.
That's gonna be hard.
Is that
too long?
Stuffed artichoke?
Eggplant. So this is the stuffed eggplant. Okay. 3 medium eggplants, 1 teaspoon salt, boiling water, a half a cup of breadcrumbs, and 2 cups chopped ham. And then
that's the filling.
Yeah, the filling is
quarter cup of butter.
Quarter cup of butter, 1 cup onions, 2 cups chopped tomatoes, 2 teaspoons salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon pepper, 1 teaspoon dried basil, and a 1/2 teaspoon oregano. And then that's the filling. For the topping, it's a 1/2 cup breadcrumbs, a 1/4 teaspoon oregano, a 1/4 cup melted butter, 6, what does that say?
Cheddar cheese slices.
Cheddar cheese slices. Yeah, welcome to America. That's where I got Americanized there. Chopped parsley. Okay, I can't read that. What's that say?
Wash eggplant and cut in halves. Cut gashes and sprinkle with salt. Let stand 30 minutes. Drain, pat dry. Place halves cut side down in pan. Add 1 cup boiling water. Bake uncovered 15 minutes. Cool. Scoop out the pulp. Chop it. Drain it. And in 1/4 cup of butter, saute onion, add tomatoes, salt, pepper, basil, oregano, breadcrumbs, ham, and eggplant. Simmer covered 5 minutes. Fill the shells top with the topping and arrange the cheese on top. Bake 15 minutes. Sprinkle with parsley.
Can you make that tonight?
Enjoy.
Can we have that tonight?
Rosella, would you like to try?
Yes, this is a request for Elizabeth for tonight.
We can't make it tonight because I only go to the grocery store every 2 weeks, and I don't have 3 medium eggplants.
We're having the Italian sausage we made last night tonight.
Oh, nice.
The Sicilian sausage.
We're
having Verino sausage tonight.
We are.
We're having sausage tonight, and one of our daughters, all of our kids are obsessed with food too, and 2 of the 3 of them are food scientists. But the one who is not a food scientist sent Joey a package of
Cucciolati. There it is. I found it.
Yeah, and show the picture on the back. There's the picture.
That's what our Cucciolatis look like.
That's what our Cucciolati. This is from
send me a picture so I can share in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the true Sicilian recipe, because that came from my grandmother, Aunt Rose made that. So that's the way they did it over there.
Photo of this right now. Hold on.
Yeah. Still work on that.
Yeah, I'm working on this. There we go.
Yes, I will post tomorrow. I can dedicate a post to this recipe.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to send you.
Americans are still about
Send them the stuffed artichoke one too, Joe, if you find it. It's a good one.
And thank you for sharing, of course.
Yeah. And my favorite is eggplant casserole, but I guess that's in there somewhere, huh?
Yeah, that was next to it.
The eggplant casserole is my favorite. So.
Okay, I just WhatsApped you, Rosella. See if you get it.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I look forward to receiving the evidence of Elizabeth's result. So once you made it, please send a picture.
Okay.
And the olives. Ooh. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you to be here with us and to spend your time with us, to share your story with us. It's a big pleasure for us. Gianca, do you want to say something?
I only say, guys, I look forward to meeting you again in Sicily. Or in Louisiana or in Oregon, I don't know, because it's a crazy situation now, and you never know what has happened in the next months. But I'm pretty sure you will come back to Sicily again, and it will be another big pleasure. And next time we will discover other areas of Sicily altogether.
Yeah, no, we will definitely be there. And, people who are listening, who are Sicilian heritage and haven't been to Sicily, go. It's, you'll love it. I don't, one of the big questions I ask myself is, why did it take me so long?
Yeah. Which is the answer?
I don't know. I'm just.
You don't know. You still don't know.
Life gets in the way,
I liked it a lot more than Italy itself. We loved Italy too. Don't get me wrong, but I just, something about Sicily. I just liked it. It just seemed like it was more laid back, and maybe home. It was, to me, it was not as crowded, and to me, it seemed like it was more economical. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The food was out of this world.
And the food and scenery is just unbelievable. And the history, you don't realize how much history goes back, Sicily's an old country. Italy's a young country. It seems like just all the old, all the Roman ruins, which I didn't even know about.
The Greeks.
And Greek.
You're right.
The Normans and the Turks and everybody's just unbelievable. So our daddy would have loved it. Daddy was a history freak. He knew his history.
And of course, we look forward to taking care of you again.
Oh, for sure. We wouldn't take it back done without y'all. We wouldn't do it without y'all.
We have lots. You will not believe all the people that are coming.
You're gonna have to have a bigger van. The van you have is not gonna work.
Yeah.
Next time I will stay in Caccamo at least one night, so I can miss any moment of your food experience.
I think that when their relatives will know, they want them for at least 1 week, not one night.
Sure.
Right.
That's
We're gonna have to rent a big place in Caccamo. Find something.
Yeah. Y'all need to start looking.
That'll take
Well, that's what I said about the trip. The only thing that could have made it any better is if we had discovered that Rosella was actually a relative.
A relative.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance.
Sure,
Yeah.
if we
Never know. We never know.
go back far enough, we'll find it. But,
Filippo was sort of by marriage.
yeah.
That's right.
So we just have to
Everyone
keep
in
going back
Caccamo is
till we find the
related.
connection.
That's right. They're all related.
They probably are.
Yeah, we used to say, Cusci, Cusci, vieni qua, Cusci, ciao, Cusci, come stai? Come siamo?
But Caccamo is beautiful, guys. So, for those who don't know the dimension of a small village in Sicily, you have to visit Sicily. You have to visit these beautiful villages. Nothing to compare with cities, with big towns. Only in beautiful villages like Caccamo you can find the beautiful people. Not in
The
Palermo.
authentic,
Guys,
the authentic
I'm from
people.
Palermo. I'm from Palermo, and I say you don't find the authentic Sicilians in Palermo. You have to go in beautiful villages like Caccamo. I still remember the beautiful Spatafora's relatives. They are beautiful people. So
friendly.
Oh, thank you.
and they did never meet me before. So it's something different. You can only find these people in these places.
Yeah.
You can brief the most authentic Sicily. It's a timeless Sicily, and it's really authentic. Yeah, that's the truth. And so we wait for you.
Hopefully it'll be soon.
Yeah, hopefully this COVID stuff will get the heck on out of here.
Yeah.
Sooner than later.
We look forward, guys.
That's true. Well, but at least it watches y'all. It seems like every night. Y'all have something on every night? I can hear Rosella's voice, and I could be in the other room and say, "Uh-oh, Rosella." At least he's watching Rosella again.
Yeah. Lisa is your biggest fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is
now we are
job.
friends.
I'm a top fan. You can look. I'm a top fan.
Now we are friends. We at the beginning we were clients. You were clients, and now you are friends. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
As it often happens. This is normal for us.
Well, that's a testimonial to the two of you.
Yes.
And what you're doing, it's what you're doing is really important. It's really good.
This is why we only accept beautiful people. So if you're not beautiful people, don't come to Sicily. You will never become friend of Rosella and Gianca.
That's a good plan.
We only need beautiful people. In particular, now in a time of coronavirus, we only need positive people like the Spatafora's family. So, guys, thank you so much again.
Well,
thank you.
We look forward to seeing you again here in Sicily.
You will.
Thank you. And so, all together, what we have to say?
That's the most difficult thing, guys. I don't say anything. I just make the direction. I say 1, 2, 3, and you start.
But maybe we can say to different into different times. One from Oregon, one from Morro, and one from Sicily.
Yeah. Let's do.
Let's start. I start. Okay.
You start.
Okay. So love, hugs, and kisses from Sicily.
Who's next?
We'll
Oregon.
go. Oregon. Oh, Oregon goes.
Oregon.
So
From Oregon.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
All right. Love, hugs, and kisses from Oregon.
And
You have to do the
Oh, and the heart. And the heart. You got to do the heart. Yeah.
and kisses from Louisiana.
Oh, well done, guys. Bravi.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Bye-bye.
All right.
See you
Ciao.
soon.
Ciao. Have a great time. Ciao.